Giving all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God. In the name of His Holy Son, Hamashiach Yahawashah. Scoot down. We are the Swords of the Spirit, Hebrew Israelites, out here to teach the truth and knowledge of the Most High God to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Seminole descent. We are coming out to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
So we come out here to teach today a few things that the Lord commanded us not to do that we are doing. One of them is keeping the Sabbath holy. But a big one that's coming up is this holiday that we call Christmas. Do anybody look up the origins of the things that you're doing in this country? Because Christmas, if you say that you love God, then Christmas is the worship of another deity. Give me Exodus chapter 20 and verse 1. Christmas is the worship of Tammuz. So that's not Jesus' birthday. Neither did the Lord command you to worship Jesus' birthday or celebrate Jesus' birthday. That's a lie. That's nowhere in the Bible. And nowhere did God tell us to do Christmas. So we got people going out here spending all their money up for Christmas when you worshiping another God. Say teenagers. Teenagers, y'all know y'all nationality? See, the kids ain't got enough sense to stop and know when the best thing that's happening to them is standing right in front of them. Exodus 20 and 1. Start at 1. Read this out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So the Lord thy God is the one that brought us out of the land of Egypt, which means house of bondage. Right now we're in a house of bondage in what they call America. So this same God brought us out of captivity before, and He's gonna bring us out of captivity again. And with that, it's things that He commanded us not to do and things that He commanded us to do. Let's hear some of them.
Verse 3. Thou shalt not have no other God before me.
What did the Bible say?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So the first commandment, God said, don't have any other gods before Him. Have anybody ever looked up the origin of Christmas? Part of the origin is called, it comes from Saturnalia. That's worshiping another God. And the first commandment God told us to do is not to put any other gods before Him.
That's right.
So why are we doing it? And then we say we love God. Give me Isaiah 29 and 13. Huh? We say we love God, but what God do you love? Because we love the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and He commanded us not to put any other gods before Him. That's man, woman, child, any deities, any false deities, anything in the heavens above, anything in the earth below. None of that. Read this out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as these people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips, do honor me, but have removed their hearts far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precepts of men.
So black people say they love God, they love Jesus, but that's not true. Because if you did, give me 1 John 5 and 3. If you did love Him, then you'll be doing what He taught you to do. But we know you haven't been taught to love God because you've been taught by the precepts of men and not by the precepts of God. The precepts of God is in the Bible. The precepts of men come out of their dang on mouth. So let's see how to love God according to Him.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments.
That we do what?
Keep His commandments. And His commandments are not grievous.
So the love of God is keeping His commandments. And keeping His commandments is not hard. So the first commandment that He gave was don't worship any other gods. So we are here to tell you today that when you're doing Christmas, when you're doing New Year's Eve, when you're doing Valentine's, when you're doing Easter, when you're doing Halloween, any of these days, you are putting another God before the Most High God. That's why you have to find out the origins of the things that you're doing. Elder, turn it up some. Because I don't think they hear me. Because all these people going to go out and do Christmas. All of them gonna go put the Christmas tree up and put gifts up under it, not knowing what the hell they are doing. And let's show that our people been doing this. Give me Jeremiah 10:1. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, if you love me, keep my commandments. First commandment is don't worship other gods. We telling you that Christmas is the worship of another God, and we're going to show you that this ain't nothing new. We've been going against the Most High God, man. Read this.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Who?
O house of Israel.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Most High God is talking to you.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
The Lord told us to learn not the way of the heathen. When the conquistadors came over here and conquered Mexico, you had to learn the way of the heathens. When the British man came over to the west coast of Africa, the Spaniard man and the Portuguese man came to the west coast of Africa and stole the black folks, we learned the way of the heathen. So the Lord told us not to learn the way of the heathen. You Mexican man, you black man, you Native American man, you have your own ways. They come out of the Bible. Read on.
And be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven.
And don't be dismayed at the signs of the heavens. How they go out burning their retinas up, looking at eclipses, looking at shooting stars and things of that nature. Don't be dismayed at the signs of the heavens like the white man is, thinking they talking about they going to Mars and going back to the moon. And come on, man. He said don't be dismayed at that, because the things we need to worry about is right here in front of us.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain.
The customs of the people are vain. Everything that's going on here in Babylon is vanity. Christmas ain't nothing but vanity. You're going to buy presents and gifts for ungrateful people. Ungrateful women that don't want to take care of their man. Ungrateful men that don't want to take care of their children. Ungrateful children that don't want to listen to their parents. This is who you going to buy gifts for. And then said, I'm doing it for the kids. Doing it for what? It's vanity. What are you getting out of it but an empty pocketbook? So y'all know what y'all nationality is, man? Come holler at me, man. Huh? Everybody got somewhere to be. Everybody got somewhere to be. If we had somewhere to be so bad, we'd have our stuff in order so that we can get there quickly. Wouldn't it? Everybody got somewhere to be. Then somewhere to be, nowhere fast. You know what I'm saying? We here for a reason. We here so that we can serve the Most High God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why he created us for, to serve him. But everybody got somewhere to be. Yeah, I know. You got some more of that?
Yes, I do.
Read on.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Everything that we doing here is vain.
That's right.
Everything we doing is vanity. That car we got is vanity. The job we got is vanity. The house we living in is vanity. The clothes we wearing is vanity. Nothing is going to amount to nothing that we doing here if we not pleasing the Father. So what did you think your purpose here on earth is for? Just to go around doing what you want to do? Do as thou wilt, like Satan said? Or is it to come to the Father? Why is everybody recognition is, oh, I need to come back to God? Because that's what we supposed to have been doing in the first place.
That's right.
That's what the plan for us was in the first place. But everybody want to go do all the evil they want to do and then think they're going to get on their deathbed and repent to God and then it's going to be okay. It's not going to work like that. It's not going to work like that. He say, in your affliction, you're going to seek me early. Huh? It don't work how these people telling you that it work. Read on, huh?
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Do what?
Cutteth the tree out of the forest.
Uh-huh.
The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
What tree do they go cut out the forest and bring it into the house? Now you can go buy it at Walmart. But they go cut a Christmas tree. Read on, huh?
They deck it with silver and gold.
What tree do you go take out of the forest? Everybody want to have the biggest one. They bring it into their house. Then they deck it with silver and gold. Read on.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
Back in the day, you have to get the stand and fasten it with nails and hammers. Now they got the nice tree stand for you. The nice Christmas tree stand. And why do everybody feel so compelled that they have to do Christmas?
That's right.
Why do everybody feel like they have to do Christmas? Because it programs you like that. That's why when you ask a black person why you do Christmas, because that's how I was raised. Have you ever looked into the reason why you're doing Christmas and what Christmas is all about? No, because sisters don't care. They just want to spend some money anyway. They want to buy some stuff anyway.
I want my babies to be happy.
Yeah, my babies be happy. Them badass kids don't listen to nothing all year, and you finna go get broke the spoiler. Don't make no sense.
Bring it out.
Read on up.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs to be born.
They must need to be moved. The tree. See, what people don't understand about Christmas is it's a idol.
That's it.
They worship the Christmas tree. They still worship the Christmas tree as a god, and it has to be moved. It can't move on its own. Read
right.
on.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
They can't do no evil, neither is it in them to do good. But see, our people don't understand what that's talking about because they don't understand about Christmas. Hold this. Say something. Oh, you gotta say something.
Let me tell you about your Christmas. The real origin of Christmas, where that pedophilia come from. Why are you giving little children gifts? What's the only reason you give a person a gift? Some say because I love you. No, these were complete strangers and neighbors exchanging gifts. They was exchanging gifts for favors. Whether it was sexual, political, or any other. You getting drunk, exchanging gifts for sexual favors. That's what your Christmas is. That is pagan pedophilia and orgies. And I don't think your household should be supporting that.
Give me Deuteronomy 7:26. Let's prove the point. It shouldn't be supporting it because it has nothing to do with the reason why you're doing it. But they're not going to listen to us. They'd rather listen to the Roman Catholic Church that is filled with pedophiles and homosexuals. That's got the ones that got you doing this. Yeah, they're the ones that finance the conquistadors that come over here and conquer the Mexicans. They're the ones that gave the approval to the Europeans that come to West Africa and take us into slavery. They the ones did that. And then they the ones who missionaries forced us into Christianity. So why would I do anything that the oppressor told me to do? Matter of fact, before you read that, give me Proverbs 3:31. See, our people don't understand that the Bible is talking to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans about the oppression that they're going through and the reason why they're going through it. But we don't want to listen. And just like the time of the disciples in Christ, just like the time of the prophets, we out on the block again doing the exact same thing. And just like when we was in Babylon, our people going about their merry way, like they don't even see us, like we ain't even talking facts. But they put it in a show, they act like they got a discovery or something. Read this out.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
What did the Bible say?
Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
The Lord told us to envy thou not the oppressor. Anybody who denying that we in oppression, us blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they just blind. And he told us to choose none of his ways. One of his ways is these holidays that they got us doing. We're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Read this Deuteronomy.
This is Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 26. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
That tree, that Christmas tree, that's an abomination, man. It's an idol. We're going to give you the origins of that in just a moment.
Lest thou be cursed thing like it, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
So we curse. So we want to keep doing these wicked holidays. We want to keep doing the things of this country, of Babylon. So you put that curse thing in your house, then you're going to be a curse with it. That's why people go broke during Christmas, because you doing a cursed thing. Read this about the Christmas tree out.
The Christmas tree, now so common among us, was equally common in pagan Rome.
This is out of the book of the two Babylons.
And pagan Egypt. In Egypt, that tree was the palm tree. In Rome, it was the fir.
That's why the Bible said it's upright like the palm tree, because this is giving the origins of where Christmas come from.
The palm tree denoting the pagan Messiah as Baal Tamar. The fir referring to him as Baal Berith, the mother of Adonis, the sun god, the great meditorial divinity, with mystical said to have been changed into a tree. Mystically said to have been changed into a tree, and when in that state to have brought forth her divine son. If the mother was a tree, the son must have been recognized as the man, the branch, and this entirely accounts for putting of the Yule log unto the fire on Christmas Eve, and the appearance of the Christmas tree the next morning, as Zoroaster, the seed of the woman, which name also signifies Ignia, or born of the fire. He has to enter the fire on he has to enter the fire on Mother Night, that he may be born the next day out of it, as the branch of God, or the tree that brings all divine gifts to men. But it may be asked, does he enter the fire under the symbol of the law? To understand this, it must be remembered that the divine child born at the winter solstice when the child born at the winter solstice was born a new incarnation of the great God, after the God had been cut into pieces on purpose to revenge his death upon his murderers. Now the great God cut off the mist of his power, and the glory was symbolized as a huge tree, stripped of all its branches and cut down almost to the ground. But the great serpent, the symbol of life restoring, as twists itself around the dead stock. And lo, as it sides up, sprouts a young tree, a tree of entirely different kind, that is destined never to be cut down by hostile power.
See, this whole thing comes from somewhere else. And we running around doing this, and it's going into a whole different damn paganism religion. But you think our people gonna listen? They not gonna listen. And it's all the gifts, it's symbols. You know what I'm saying? Give me Baruch chapter 6 and verse 22. Even the giving of the gifts is part of that. The mistletoe, kissing under the mistletoe, that's part of it. All of it goes into Nimrod, Tammuz, Osiris. That's what all these things go into. That's Babylonian religion, mysticism, Kabbalahism. But our people don't know about none of that. They don't even consider. They don't even consider that they doing evil. 6 and 22. Sister, do you know that Christmas goes against God? That Christmas goes against God? Did you know that? Yes, ma'am. That's what we out here trying to teach the people. Because we say we love God, and the first commandment is don't put no other gods before me, right? Well, when we doing Christmas, Easter, Halloween, and things like that, we're putting another God before our God. So we trying to tell our people about that thing, man. So it's good you know that. It's good you know that. We got to teach the children. You gonna put that Christmas tree up, sis? Can you hear? Can you hear? And the thing is that they not missing out on nothing because, and the reason, you know why they know it? Because they won't stop and listen to their brothers. You know what I'm saying? They passing by us like we the problem. No, the white man who put us in the situation that we in is the problem. And the fact that we won't listen is the problem. Like she said, and she made a great point. They feel like we taking something away from them, and we the problem. No, the Feast of Dedications is starting today. And it's an 8-day celebration. So we got stuff that's better than these holidays in this wicked place. Sister, the Feast of Dedication, something that the Lord commanded us to do, go to 1 Maccabees 4. It starts today, and it goes all the way to next Saturday. Know what I'm saying? We got an 8-day feast that we supposed to do called the Feast of Dedication. That's what black people are supposed to be doing right now. Not Christmas, not Christmas Eve, the Feast of Dedications. And in the time of Easter, we ain't supposed to do Easter. We supposed to do the Passover. So we have our own customs and heritages that we supposed to do. And that's what we out here to teach our people. That we have our own stuff, that we are the Hebrew Israelites. That what? I work the camera out. And that's where we have to be smart, because the scriptures say, study to show thyself approved. Not go somewhere and let somebody tell you anything. See? But you become when you're a child, you're a child, but when you become an adult, you have access to whatever you need. That's what you're supposed to do. Exactly. And that's why we know what we talk. We know what we worship not. They know not what they worship, for the salvation is of the Jews. No, if you're not doing it, then you don't know. You
But that's no different from knowing right from wrong. There's a lot of people out here know right from wrong. That don't mean they still ain't know wrong.
Exactly. That's 100%. So, but don't you know this? The Lord is seeking those who gonna worship Him in spirit and in truth. You can't just say, you just can't do your mouth lip service and say, I love you, Lord. He not hearing that. Know what I'm saying? He not doing that no more. He's seeking those that's gonna worship Him in spirit and in truth. And now the teachers is back on the block. Now you hear Kanye saying what he's saying. Now you hear Kyrie putting out what he put. The Lord is doing that for us. So anybody who want to close their ears and be of the world, that's them. But this message still got to go out, just like when Christ walked the earth and the disciples, when all the prophets, it's the same thing. We're doing the exact same thing, sis. Our people is in the exact same state of mind, and we doing the exact same thing to try to wake them up. And we just trying to plant that seed, but it's up to the Most High to send somebody to water it. That's right. That we ain't out here for the masses. We already know we in Babylon, sis. And a lot of people love being in Babylon.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
right.
We know this, but we out here for the sheep that hear His voice. You know what I'm saying? We ain't out here to fight with nobody, argue with nobody, because He say, my sheep hear my voice. Right. Just like you hear His voice. You know what I'm saying? And we dialoguing like we supposed to. And that's what it's all about. And we appreciate you for that, sis. Because we reach one, teach one, right? And yes, right. So that's what we out here to do. Whoever want to hear it, they more than welcome. That's why we got the loudspeaker, because we gonna speak the truth, whether they hear or whether they forbear. Because the truth has to go out, because this Babylon is about to fall. If anybody watching the news and see the atmosphere of the world, even the American generals know that it's gonna be a World War III. It's inevitable because you can't stop China. You can't stop another man when he's determined to do something. And that's China. And that's Russia. As much as America is determined to do something, the other countries is being powered by the Most High to do what they're supposed to do too. Because they're going to have to go into that valley of Jehoshaphat. And they're going to have to go into that valley of decision. And they're going to have to see Christ when he come back. You know what I'm saying? So our people, that the elect, this is for them. Whether they hear or whether they forbear. You hear it, sis. So the message to you, sis, is you have to come back and be obedient to the Father. And it's not hard. Just like we was talking about the holidays, today is the beginning of a high holy day, a high holy week, actually. And all we do is serve the Lord with joyfulness and gladness of heart. He tell us to do what we already do. He say, have a feast. He say, put some on the grill. He say, be joyful and cheerful with your brothers and sisters. How hard is that to do? It's not hard. But then we go think about this. We do Thanksgiving or Christmas or something like that, and ain't no righteousness in it. Somebody gonna get drunk or high. Somebody gonna fight. It's gonna be an argument every single time. I remember that every holiday, man. Every Christmas, they gonna get drunk. See, but when you following the Lord say you can drink, but don't get drunk. So when you fear the Most High, that's what you're gonna do. So you say you got a room full of people that actually fear the Most High. Well, we gonna drink, but we ain't getting drunk, because ain't finna be no fights up in here. But they not gonna do that in the world. They gonna do what they do.
We getting tore up.
Get a sister fly. We gonna get tore up. And they gonna be fighting. I grew up with it, man. But being an Israelite and keeping the high holy days is beautiful, sis. It's not hard. If people really love their people, then you will come back to your God, because he said that you cannot love God if you don't love your brother that you can see.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out here say, I love God, but I hate that nigga. Give me 1 John 4:20. Don't they? I love God. Man, I can't stand that nigga right there. That's what we do. But watch what God say. Watch this. You cannot love the Creator if we don't love each other. It's not happening. But somewhere in our mind, we think we can. Read it.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
So the key is, the first and greatest commandment, sis, the first one is to love God as you love love God, right? The second one is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Well, you can't get to the first commandment unless you do the second commandment first.
That's right.
And that's where everybody got it messed up at. You think that you can hate us when we teaching love and then go to Christian church and say you love God. It ain't happening. Because we're the only ones telling you how to love. Give me 1 John 5:3. We the only ones teaching how to love God. And you love God through obedience. But Negroes don't like obedience unless the bullwhip is on their back. See, when the Most High take the bullwhip off your back, then see what you're gonna do. We run wild. Know what I'm saying? Read this.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God,
This is the love of God.
that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
Keep his commandments.
That we keep his commandments.
And his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not hard. The first commandment is don't put no other gods before me, and that's all we do. Men put a woman before God. Women put their children before God.
That's right.
We put the job before God. We put money before God. We put these wicked holidays before God, and then turn around and say we love God. You a damn lie. He said you're a liar.
Right.
You are a liar. Know what I'm saying? If somebody said they love you, but they went against everything that you stand for, do they love you? No. So how can we say we love the Most High God and go against everything that he stands for? He stands for righteousness. He stands for truth. He stands for justice. Know what I'm saying? Black people don't stand for none of that. They say, don't snitch. Well, quit doing evil. The Lord say, if you see some evil, you tell it. That's not snitching. Snitching if you part of the dirt and you doing the dirt too, and you tell on the partner you did the dirt with. That's snitching. If you see evil and you don't want your neighborhood to be evil, then you got to do something about it. Why you getting mad at Israelites for trying to help clean up the neighborhood, but you ain't mad at people that's selling dope? You ain't mad at women for prostituting in front of kids, but they mad at the Israelites. We appreciate you, sis. You mad at the Israelites because we tired of living like this. We tired of living in poverty. We tired of living in the ghetto. We tired of police brutality. We tired of black-owned black crime. We tired of single-parent homes. We tired of sisters getting abused. We tired of sisters getting whored out. We tired of it. We tired of seeing these children getting left to the wayside. But everybody want to get mad at us. Yeah, they hate him who rebuketh at the gate. You black people hate black people that tell them right. That's why they got mad at Bill Cosby when he was telling them to pull their damn pants up. That's why they get mad at any black person that says that we need to better ourselves. But you ain't mad at Donald Trump. You ain't mad at Joe Biden. That's the goddamn enemy. Them the ones that's against you. The Democrats want women to stay on welfare so you won't put the man in the house. And if you stay on welfare, you will not go above a certain economic line, because they not gonna let you. So that means you're gonna stay in poverty if you stay on welfare. And that's what the Democrats want. The Democrats want the black man to be a homosexual. That's why they push this homosexuality so much. That's why the Democrats legalize it. Bill Clinton said, don't ask, don't tell. Obama got it pushed through the Supreme Court, and Joe Biden signed it into federal law. But this who y'all trust in. This who you trust in. Give me Lamentations 4:17, now. Read this out.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 6 and verse 8.
And we know the black woman don't like this talk because Joe Biden and the Democrats is boosting the black woman up above the black man.
Also, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Because they not going to perceive. Y'all, they don't want to see. They love being, we know who love being in Babylon. We can look and see who love being in Babylon. The women that's above a man, but they say they want a high value man. You can't get a high value man if you're a high value woman. A high value woman is a high value man in this country. You got a woman say, I make $75,000 a year. I own my condo. I'm independent. You's a man. A man don't want a man if he's straight. You telling me the qualities that a man has. A man wants a woman that's caring, loving, respectful to him. You know what I'm saying? Supportive. A woman wants somebody that can support them, that's strong, that can protect them, that'll protect their honor. But here in Babylon, they got it twisted. Now, the woman wants an effeminate man. She wants somebody she can take care of so she can boss him around. Because if it's her house, she run the show. She can kick him out anytime she wants to.
That's right.
And he got to, how many times we done seen the picture, a brother got to get his bag. She done kicked his stuff out the window, out the door. He got to get his stuff. That's the type of man these women want. I don't want no butch woman. I'll tell you that right now. I don't need no thug woman. I don't need no hard ass woman. So we want a woman that know who she is. You know what I'm saying? Not a woman that Babylon raised up from Willie Lynch. Read this out.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
I want to know what Joe Biden did for black people. What did Sleepy Joe do for black people? But say he learned about roaches from little black kids on his lap. Why was little black kids on his lap? I got a lot of questions. Why he groped every woman he come in contact with? Why he look at little girls like grown women? All of it's on the internet. He's a Roman, a raging racist. All the Democrats is racist. If you want to tell somebody that stay getting a handout, then you are a racist. Because at least the Republicans had it right. If you pull yourself up by your bootstrap, you can build something. You can build a business. You can support your family. But if you waiting on a handout, then you waiting for the 1st and the 15th of every month for a check to come for your slave master to give you something. So they got it right, man. Read on.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
They hunt our steps. Them same Democrats, Congress, in the presidential seat, in the Senate, in the House, these same Democrats, right? What have they done about police hunting our steps? They're so enraged, but what have they done about that? Nothing. They're not going to do anything about it. If they won't do nothing about the police hunting, if they won't do nothing about they people doing mass murder to their own people, then they sure not going to do nothing about the police hunting our steps. Read.
Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than eagles of the heaven.
Hold up. Our end is near. Give me 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. All right, hold on to that. Our end is near.
Right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 3. I'm going to start at 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth in his heart, and his heart's desire is blessed the covetousness whom the Lord abhorred. I'm going to drop down to the meat right here, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
See, that's big right there. Let him be taken with the devices. Say, bring it down a little bit, Ox. That the devices that he have imagined. Did he imagine, bring it down a little bit, Ox. Did he imagine crack in our neighborhoods? The device, what's the device that's biting him back? The opioid epidemic. Did he put guns in our neighborhood? What's the device that's biting them back? Because the Lord said, if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword, right? That's right. So remember, the scripture said that our end is near, right? This is my last one, too.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of the man betwixt the heel and the hand the other question. Esdras asked thou not.
So that other question, he didn't ask that one. That's what but Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the one they follow. So our end is near. The end of our captivity is coming to a close. So where are you going to be in the end? Are you going to be on the side of the Most High God? Or are you going to be on the side of Babylon? And with that, I say shalom.
You got it out? I got to use the wrist. Break it. Break it. Wait a
Hey.
They letting y'all use the restroom in here? You got it. You gotta go use the hand real quick. Okay, come.
D.
Come on, the cop. Bring it out, huh?
Give me a ring. I got it.